BJJ is addictive, and I certainly have an unhealthy obsession with it recently. After the lockdown lifted last year, I kind of got more obsessive, more addictive with it, and this actually had some good benefits because I've actually started getting better as the time goes on. I know I've gotten better because I actually got promoted to purple belt. Here it is, somewhere. There it is, there we go. I won a gold, default, but still gold. I also got a participation t-shirt, which surely accounts for something, yes? Maybe. People are always looking for ways to get better at jiu-jitsu, so here are my tips to you to help improve your game. Let's just make this one abundantly clear. There is no secret or get better quick scheme for BJJ. The best way to improve is to just show up to training and don't make excuses. There was a great post on Instagram by a guy called Dan Strauss, and he was injured in 2016, and he mentions that we should never take the ability of what we can do with our body for granted. We must take every opportunity to use our body in the way that we want, and that time is a vital resource. Yes, you're going to have those days where you can't be bothered, or you've just had a long day, you feel shit, you're tired, but those are the days that are important. Those are the days that you should just show up to training. If you want to get better at BJJ, the best and most simplest way is to just start showing up. Okay, shameless plug in 3, 2, 1. Watching BJJ is great, and I love watching some of my favourite athletes like Bradley Hill, Hillbilly Hammer, Craig Jones, but sometimes it moves at like 1,000,000 miles an hour. It's hard to follow along with some of the intricacies, figuring out what's happened in the maelstrom of body parts, especially when you're new. Luckily, you can watch breakdowns of BJJ matches right here on this channel! I was inspired by the Ayrshire Grappler, and if you haven't checked him out, I would definitely recommend it. His breakdowns are quality. Mwah. They are like prime real estate. Free real estate. I love doing the breakdowns and trying to understand, at least to the best of my ability, what each person's doing and why. Feel free to watch some of the matches, which should be linked somewhere up here. It'll help with your understanding, and you'll be supporting the channel. Speaking of supporting this channel, don't forget to like and comment on this video if you do have any of your own tips. And if you like this face, this one obviously, don't forget to subscribe. Let's continue, shall we? Okay, quick scenario. You're on the mat and you're getting beasted by a higher belt. And you're just barely surviving. The timer goes. Bing, bing, bing. Do you A, pretend as if you were going easy on them for that round, or B, ask for advice? If you answered A, get the fuck. If at the end of the roll you're a bit lost or unsure or just in general want some advice, then ask. There's no harm in asking. If you don't ask, you don't get, do you? Ask if they saw any gaps or room for improvements, and if they start speaking in tongues to you and they're going on about Kiss the Dragon or Enter the Matrix, Crazy Dog, Berimbolo, and you're just kind of... What? Ask. Get them to demonstrate. Get them to show you this baby ball thing which they're talking about. And don't worry about looking stupid because we've all been beginners before. Just don't do that thing where you kind of just smile, nod your head and walk away learning sweet FA. Okay, so truth time with Chris. My back attacking game is pretty shit. I don't really end up there when we're sparring, so when I do get to that position, I'm not as fluid as I should be. Luckily, there is a great thing called positional sparring. Positional sparring isn't something that you just do when the coach or the professor suggests it. No, you can do it in your own time. Do it during an open mat. Do it during your normal rolls. Just go, hey man, my back game isn't where it should be. Do you mind if we just start in back or start wherever you're weak? I.e., like, let's say you're not very good at defending arm bars. I wasn't. I'm better than I was though, and it was thanks to positional sparring. I just said, can we get in this position where I've got to defend the armbar and go from there? Yeah, sure. And then from that, my armbar defense has actually increased. Yay! Go me. You don't have to go 1,000% every roll. You can just say, let's just do some positional sparring. Can I just work on my game? Both people will benefit from this, and it is worthwhile spending the time, especially if you know where your weaknesses are and where you need to make improvements. Spending the time in those areas is 100% beneficial. I should do it more, actually. I'm going to follow my own advice and do this a little bit more. I'm going to try and do one roll where we do positional sparring. Every day. Not every day. Every time I train. We all knew this was coming, right? I mean, I've got like 3-4 vlogs of me competing, so it's bound to show up when I start talking about how to get better at BJJ. Now sure, I may not be the best at them, I find it nerve-wracking trying to make the weight. I just think like, oh, what if I get DQ before I even get there because I haven't cut down the weight? I find it nerve-wracking the first match, get that massive adrenaline dump, I'm like, okay, I'm just super tired. They can be a bit costly, they do take up a whole lot of your time, but competitions are the best place to improve. You're testing your BJJ against another person that you've potentially never met before. It's not a gym roll, this is different. There's stuff on the line here. You want to make sure that it's gonna go well, that you implement your game plan. And before anyone asks, no, my game plan is not. Just in case you were curious. It's as real as it gets, and it can help you identify any major holes in your game, especially if you lose. You may be terrified, you may be excited, but take it from the guy who once won a default gold, a participation t-shirt, and got bronze in a 3-man tournament. Think about it. Competing will massively improve your BJJ game. Thank you very much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. I hope you just went, you know what? I will start competing. I'm going to sign up to the next competition. I will start positional sparring. I will start watching more of Chris's BJJ breakdown videos. You're welcome, guy who's watching this video. They're really good. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to leave it a like. If you have any of your own sort of tips or ways to improve, then by all means, leave them down in the comments below, because I may have missed something. And don't forget, if you like this face and want to see more of it, then consider subscribing, which is somewhere down there. As always, you've been wonderful. Have yourself a wonderful day, and I will catch you all next time. Cheers!